So hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I'm bringing you guys my first place deck profile I got with White Forest on locals. It was 5 rounds. In those 5 rounds I played against Malice, Blue Eyes, Raizio, Fiendsmith, Raizio Mitsurugi, and then just pure Mitsurugi. Overall, this deck is pretty good, pretty well positioned, I do say so myself. And yeah, I'm gonna go over my list and talk about the CoreTCG's remote regional that's gonna happen on June 1st, and stuff that I'll be thinking about, like playtesting until then. But here we go on to the first place deck profile. So my list is a bit controversial. So first of all, we're gonna start off with one Lizette Azamina, and you guys might be thinking, well, what's controversial? Two Lizette Azaminas. I know many people play this at one, and it's not that bad at one, but we play one Stellar, but controversial 3 and 3. Yeah, this is already a bit controversial because not that many people play this at 3. Many people usually play this at 1, or some people don't even play it at all. The reason I'm maxing out is because I want to see like any type of normal summon at all. I know this is the worst one, but it's a necessary evil, I would say. Then we have 3 copies of Sylvie, the best like starter, or one of the first or like second best starter in the deck. And 2 Rusia. Many people cut Rusia out. Some people play her at 1, but I think Rusia is pretty good. For siding, this is what we do. Bam, bam, and bam. And now this ratio is starting to look a lot like like your standard White Forest build with this ratio. But you may be asking, well, if you're gonna do this for like side, wouldn't it just be better just to completely start off with this? Yes, I hear you, but I think I feel more comfortable with this. There was sometimes some games when I was playing that sometimes I did not see a starter at all. I didn't see no Lizette, no Stellar, no starter at all. So for me, I like to max my options of getting the cards. Then we have 1 Sinful Spoils of the White Forest, which is standard. 1 Tales of the White Forest, which I believe is, you just need 1. I'm not sure why many people are running more than just 1. 3 Witches, and during side we just side 1 out because I think it's just too much. And also you want to side one of these out so you can go through your Azamina plays much easier without having to be worried about getting locked. And then 1 Woes of the White Forest. This is a pretty good card. If you get drolled, you could literally just this card is enough to help you survive. But yeah, so that's for the White Forest stuff. So my list is very controversial, to say the least. On to the Diabell portion of the deck. So we have 1 Diabell, the White Witch, 1 Diabell Star Vengeance, 1 Diabell Star the Black Witch, but realistically we're doing 3, which this is already also like what. And we'll just go for spells. We got Phileas Diabell, the Hollowed Azamina, Deception of the Sinful Spoils, 3 Wanted, and 1 Crystal Bell. I don't play, I'm pretty sure it's called Morgan. It is a nice card, but I don't think it's a card that you really want. Also, I think White Forest is a deck that you should be playing at a 40 plus, at a count of 40 plus, not 40. So, even just having cards like Diabellstar at like 3 for me is good because it's just a really really good card. And then during sides, you could like side these 2 cards out, and potentially even one of these. So, but yeah, we got that. And to be honest, for me, it worked out. So during game 1, I would have like, I max out on all these cards, on all the cards I have here present, and and for me it's good, because I get to see the stuff I need, the engines I need. And then like during like games 2 or games 3, I could literally side all these cards out, and it becomes like your like regular standard White Forest build you see like on every deck profile. And the reason you might be like, oh well, why not just do like my list is a 44 card list, and you could realistically make it into a 40 card list if you cut this engine I'm running, which is the toy engine, which is just such a good engine. But you could realistically cut this engine out, because this is what makes the list 44 instead of 40. As I was talking about earlier, about like how like I side, like, you guys could be like, oh well, why not just start off with like, the standard build, which is like one like Lizette, one like 2 Stellar, 1 Stellar, no Rusia, or just 1 Rusia. Like, why not just, instead of like maxing out on all these like cards, why not just start with like your regular like 40 list, if you feel comfortable playing that as well. Well, the reason I maxed out on these cards I showed and have run this engine is because, 1, it makes my siding patterns much easier for me. 2, when I like with 2, it makes me, with this like build, it allows me to like access my Azamina engine much more easier, instead of like just going to like White Forest and just going through like getting light locked with the White Forest spell. This allows me to like go into the Azamina engine much more consistently. And 3, well, when I do the sides, it's just easier. So it basically, point 1, it helps me like make siding easier for me. Point 2, I can access the Azamina engine much easier. And number 3, which I just forgot right now. No, number 3, well, when I side and like just play the regular build, the standard build, it's easy for me. But yeah, but as I said before, I think White Forest should be a deck that should be playing at a 40 plus card count, and I think should be leaning more towards the board breaker aspect. But yeah. So these are just the I would say like not engine, but like some cards that are like, oh nice, utility cards. That's right. Yeah, here we go. So 1 effect wheeler, because you could easily search it out. 1 triple tactics talent, 3 thrust, 2 imperm, 1 Vanadium Reframing. And if you see Vanadium Reframing, I think you already know what one of the cards in the extra deck is. If you want to, you could realistically cut out Vanadium Reframing and put a 3rd impermanence, or you can what else? Or like you could cut this engine, and then this would be like your 40th card, and just do an imperm like that. But when you be siding out, you be siding between 8. Well, for me, I'd be siding between 8 through 11 cards. 8 being the lowest, 9 being the the amount of cards I usually side a lot, and 11 being the most cards I side out under certain situations. That's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, we have one SP Little Knight, and I'll be like separating these two. Um, for like stuff you may want and may not want. So SP Little Knight is a good. I used it, but I don't think you might want to like run this. It is a good card, but it's like you know. And then this is, I believe, standard. Your Sylvia, Murcielago, and Chimera. I think this is just standard. With the if I don't think SP Little Knight is necessary in this deck, so you can run the other Azamina card that came with these two. So that's a thought. Um, this is a popular Silvera, Rusia, and Diabel Queen. I think this is all like standard now. This is standard. This is like must run. Visas Armatara. I don't think you need Visas Armatara, but you could easily make this in the deck, and you could easily search for your Omni Negate, and when you draw the Manadium Reframing, the one of it's not really a brick because you could easily access into like Synchro, so hey. But it's something like you don't really need. Same I would say with Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel you could easily like put it in, but I don't really think you need like Chaos Angel. For me, if I'm not, my thought process is if I'm not gonna run Visas Armatara, I'm not gonna run Chaos Angel because you could easily go from like Visas Armatara into the Chaos Angel. So, just a little thoughts. Same thing I would say with like Jureshin. It's a board wipe. This would be like maybe on the maybe. I would say also like Chaos Angel, but I don't really think this is like necessary, so to say. Then we have Snake Eyes, Vengeance Dragon, which I think is mandatory. Centurion Legia, which I think is also mandatory. And then the last two cards we used was Cosmic Blazer and Crimson Dragon. There were some instances where I could like, go this, copy Snake Eyes, Vengeance Dragon, place this, but I hardly ever did that. I think you could still do it, but I'm like, So we have like these cards that you could like switch for whatever you want. If you want a more heavier Azamina package or other stuff, it's this. But now that we're on this topic, I want to talk about no, you know what? I'm gonna save that for later. So you'll keep these together, and to talk about a little more about the extra deck, because I also want to make this a little bit of an informative thing of me explaining stuff. But yeah, for side deck, we have 2 Ash Blossoms, 2 Drollin Lockbirds, 2 Mulcharmy Fubolos. A shout out to Dave at Locals for letting me borrow a second copy of Mulcharmy Fubolos. Hopefully I can get a second Mulcharmy Fubolos by the time the CoreTCG regional happens. So we have this 3 Artifact Lancium. This is for Malice, which is released on paper the best deck, but it's the deck that deck is like fraud, so it's on Fraud Watch. So this, I'm on the 2-2 approach because I think seeing like two maybe my thought and reasoning behind this is like I don't want to max out on these cards because maybe sometimes some hands I might get like 2 Drollin Lockbirds or like 2 Ash Blossoms. It's kind of bad, so I like to keep it like at a nice 2 split just to like see stuff I need. The only thing I maxed out is on Artifact Lancia because for Malice. Then 1 Called by the Grave, Heartbeat's Feather Duster, 2 Dark Ruler No More, Evenly Matched, and D Barrier. Maybe I might cut this 1 Dark Ruler No More for a cross out designator just to like raise my chances to like survive like a Drollin Lockbird or a Mulcharmy Fuolos. But yeah, that is the extra deck. So that's main side and the extra deck. Okay, now this is the part of the video where it's like a bit like the informative part. As I said before, my deck list is a 44 card deck list, but you could easily make this into a 40 card deck list if you cut this engine, the toy engine. The toy engine is really good, has always been good on White Forest stuff, and it's thanks to this engine that I'm able to like access my Azamina portion of the deck much more easily and much more effective. But here are some options I would like to give to you. The first thing is the Centurion engine. Basically, will just take over this engine. The Centurion engine is good. This is one of the few engines that allows you to like play through Droll and Lockbird and can easily help you establish a nice grind. This is also a nice grind game, and you could also realistically even cut out Centurion Phalanx. I don't think it's really necessary, but this is the part of the engine that you will swap out. And then for like stuff you could like get rid of, I think I will most likely keep all of this and switch this for the Oxala, you know. And now if you don't want to run this engine, well, you could always run the Fiendsmith engine. This is supposed to be Lacrima. I do have Lacrima. It's in my Tier Limits deck, so I need to like, you know, get it. But this could also replace this engine. Why am I running Fiendsmith Sanct? One, I don't have tracked, so I'm running Fiendsmith Sanct, and Fiendsmith Sanct is also like really good because it doesn't allow you, or it makes you not run the brick, which is Lurry, and I think this is like honestly like just way better, you know. But I know many people then the other stuff. I also have Requiem, Moon, Sequence. I have all those cards in my Fiendsmith elements, but I don't want to like get rid of it right now. But for that, for the Fiendsmith engine, you basically cut like all of this. So this would be Requiem, Sequence, Moon, Desiree, DDD Caesar, and Necroquip Princess, which is this one. This one's Necroquip Princess. But yeah, so these are like engines you run. I think Fiendsmith engine might be the best one because it allows you to play through Droll and Lockbird, and this deck only loses realistically to Droll and Lockbird. Out of the 5 games I played at locals, 3 of those games I went to round 3 because of Droll and Lockbird. So I'm heavily consider playing the Fiendsmith engine at the CoreTCG online regional they're gonna have. But yeah, these are like engines I'm thinking about of running, or options I give you of engines you might want to run. As I said before, me personally, I believe that White Forest should be played at 40 plus cards. It should be focused more on board breakers instead of hand traps. If you don't want to run a 44 or 40 plus card list, you could realistically take Toy Box out, replace this one with Infinite Impermanence. If you don't want to run like Toy Box, I'll present to you with like the Centurion engine, which is good. It could help you out with grind game, but I think between these two, I think this one will be much better. Or if you don't want that and you want to increase your chances of winning because you hate Droll, then the Fiendsmith engine is one for you. Anyways, that's my deck profile. This is what I plan on taking to CoreTCG, online regional, and yeah, I hope you guys liked it.